What's going on, everyone? Good to be here today. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Oh, where's this week going? Oh my goodness! I thought today was Tuesday. Man, what what is my problem? Anyways, yes, today is Wednesday. Ugh, so much to do. Anyways, Wednesday today, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing. I've got some storyboard I want to work on. Yeah, want to do some have some fun drawing today. So, oh my goodness, yeah. I'm really excited because we got done with the. We're almost done with the first sequence that I roughed out, and super excited about that. Want to let's see. Let me just quickly pop out my chat window here. Where's my chat window pop out? Come on. There it is. All right. If anyone's in the chat wants to say something just to make sure this chat is working, that'd be fantastic. But in the meantime, excuse me. In the meantime, I'm going to yeah, that's my plan today. We're really close done with the storyboard sequence that we started. So I want to get that done. There's some aliens I want to have in there fleeing for their lives from the impending doom. I want to add that in there, and then just kind of go back through, play it a couple times, see what see if there's any changes I want to add to it. If any places I can maybe suss it out some more, maybe change some of the posing. But I'm pretty happy with it so far. And then yeah, I'm gonna go over our sketches and see. What else? What's next for our happy and intrepid duo of space makeup salesmen for our multi-level marketing space adventures. So yeah, so that's what my plan is for today. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to hear me talk about or anything like that, go ahead and send them on in those comments. Let me know if there's any questions. If you guys are interested in what it's like to work as a professional artist, to work in animation, anything, please let me know. I'd love to talk about that stuff and answer any questions. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to save my little sketch of myself. I was running late today, so I didn't get a chance to post this up on my Instagram. Normally what I'll do is I'll do a fun little doodle of myself and use that as my Instagram announcement. I had to take my kids for the doctor's appointment today, and I got in, and I only had a bit of time, and I sketched this out in like a few minutes, but I didn't have anything by that. I didn't have anything to sketch. I had no idea, so I quickly took a picture of my sketchbook and sent that in for my announcement drawing. But this will be, if you guys watch me on my YouTube channel, this will be the title. This will be the cover drawing for today, and so that way you guys can kind of sort it by visual memory if you want to do it that way. All right, anyway, so I have saved this. So, yep, that's saved. So let's go ahead and kill Sketchbook Pro. And here we go. So here's what we have so far with my animatic. And like I said, it is looking really good so far. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and just play it. And I need to find some time to definitely record some. I keep saying this. I definitely need to record some scratch dialogue in here. I definitely need to look up some sound effects and put those in there, because that's going to change everything. I don't want to get, and I feel bad because I don't want to get too far into this board without, I don't want to get too far in this board without having those elements in there, because that can change a lot as far as like how my timing is. It can change a lot as far as, yeah, just how long these scenes are. So I don't want to get I don't want to get too involved in this, but I keep finding difficulty in time and just getting some scratch dialogue recording. And all I gotta do is just sit down, and talk into my microphone. So I have no excuse. There's no excuse really. And oh hey, Caretoons is here. What's going on, sweetheart? How are things going? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for letting me actually know. Yes, I can see the chat today. I can actually see it. For everyone that was on yesterday, I apologize profusely. The chat wasn't working for me. I have normally how I have my setup is I have this is my main screen. This is what everyone can see, and I'll go ahead and blow up Animate here so that everyone can see it. But yeah, normally I work here on Animate, right here on my main screen, and then on my secondary screen on my laptop, I have my OBS controls, and then I have my Twitch channel open, so then I can just kind of have my chat room available so I can see it. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll pop the chat window out. That way I don't have to have the whole my whole web browser to see. I can just minimize that and keep my chat window open. And I don't know what was going on yesterday, but the chat window was nothing was happening. I just thought I was having such a chill day. No one was in the chat room, and I was like, all right, I'll just have a good day. And then someone sent me some bits. I think it was Pickle Nick sent me some bits yesterday and woke me up and realized, oh crap, the chat's been going this whole time. No, Freak67. Freak67 says no one in the chat again today. No. I see you, Freak67. I see you there. My chat is working, so yeah. Thank you, Cartoons, for sending me those bits and making sure it's working. All right, guys. So my plan is today is I want to finish up the end part of like I said, the end part of the sequence. I want to add. The idea was to have some aliens fleeing in terror from the impending coming doom of the asteroid, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do next. So here's all the folding parts: fold, and then a giant mountain of paper, and there's the map all stuffed in the ship there and there, and yeah. So let's get that started. And then yeah, I like how the ship. You know, like maybe like some struggling sounds, and they just sort of poops it out. And I made some changes to the timing. If anyone remembers it, oh, Chaos Tune's here. Thanks for the bits, Chaos Tune. Thank you so much. Yeah, the changes I made is I kind of changed the timing on this giant planet-sized or asteroid-sized balled up map, and so now what happens is it just sort of falls into the planet. Like the planet was there the whole time. It's just falling into it, and I took out the fire, like the fire starting on it, and I figured I would just have it descend to the planet because the camera just pans over and it works. Before I was having it like pan straight over and then go in, and that just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. So I took out some keyframes and made it all go into the planet. So now it's just one nice arcing motion. Oh yeah, Cartoons is talking about how Warner Brothers canceled 3 shows yesterday. Yeah, it's a bummer. 3 shows got canceled. The show that we were on, that Cartoons and I were working on, Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, got canceled. Which is a bummer. Cause for a lot of reasons, but yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment. I don't know what they're thinking. I know they're trying to do stuff for supposedly it's all for because they want to get a streaming platform. They don't know what they're doing, but I don't know. If I was putting together a streaming platform, I would want to have fresh new content, and it doesn't make sense to kill content that your studio is making that you own the rights to. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Yeah, so Cartoons is going to be on the job market too. I still am waiting to hear back a final approval on hopefully a job, but I'm now a little bit worried that I hope this doesn't shake up things on the job I was hoping to get. I don't think the show is going to get canceled, but yeah, it's this is kind of one of the sucky things about working in animation is you go very much project to project. You don't know, there's no floor. The floor can fall out from underneath you at any time. Yeah, it can suck a lot of times, and that's kind of where the difficulty in working in animation comes from. A big difficulty. It's a big difficulty because um, it can really affect your point of view. It can affect your mood. It can shake your life up. I mean, Cartoons and I, we've been working in animation, not television, but we've been working in games and in that capacity. And yeah, I mean, we've had like what would be our seventh. This would be our seventh unemployment journey. Like from being laid off, and it's just kind of like you learn how to deal with it, you learn what to do, but it always sucks. It never gets easier. It never gets it never gets easier. And by the way, thank you, Commander Root, for following me. Yeah, it's stuff like that. It never gets easy to deal with, and it's always hard. And there's a lot of looking about how you look at it, because that's the thing you only have control of. You only have control of your perspective on it and what you're going to do next. I can't control what AT&T is going to do with Warner Brothers. I can't control if animation is even a thing anymore. I can't control that. The only thing I can control is what I'm going to do. The only thing that Cartoons and I can control is what we're going to do. It's tough because there's realities we gotta live with, and like having a roof over our head, paying for bills, and a lot of it takes a lot of creativity and problem solving, and it's easy to get bogged down in ideas of depression, ideas that this will be my last job. It's easy to get sucked into that. And because it feels that way, and I don't know, like I'm still figuring it out myself, but like kind of like having a stubbornness about not giving up is, I think, what's helping us get through all these different things. And you kind of just learn to count on that change is going to happen. A lot of things are temporary, and it's the very lucky few have a stable job and stuff. But yeah, it's rough. It's kind of stuff that I don't remember them really telling us about in school. And I don't know why and I don't blame them for it. It's a pretty dour topic. Job satisfaction. There's a lot of good job satisfaction. The people that we work with are amazing, and the projects that we work on are fantastic. But yeah, you can get a feeling of being out of control. Let's see here. Cartoons. Yeah, Cartoons is absolutely right in the chat, saying it's really stupid. It's not like the patient gets, this patient gets better, you're fired with doctors, you better hope you find another patient. It's stress. I know a lot of, it's interesting because a lot of other workplace industries, and I don't want to turn this discussion into, I don't want to turn this into a big discussion on like the economy or whatever like that, but, yeah, it's very much a very temporary, your jobs are very temporary. In animation. Let's see here. Free67 says, my guess they stress on the bad that would lose students. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely Cartoon says there used to be more loyalty between artists and studios, and yeah, it's like the perceived loyalty. I don't know. It's weird because on a personal level, there's loyalty. Like there's a lot of people that we met on production at Warner Brothers that I think would fight to help us, but it's not up to them in the end. I mean, they were some of the people that might have been up to them to hire us, but they have no control outside of what the studio's major plans are, and that merger with AT&T was. Yeah, someone said that it was like the red flag that popped up that no one really knew. No one really knew what was going to happen, and it was like, it's frustrating because in the end, your livelihood, your job, your sense of security are in the hands of people that aren't looking out for you. That your well-being is not on their radar, and that's not. It's not out of malice, but that's where ideas like that come through, and it sucks because there's value in having really highly trained people on board, and it does. Cartoon said up earlier in the thing, it breeds competition, it breeds negativity, it breeds it breeds a lot of these things that can grow and become toxic, and it's set by decisions that are made, and I know they're not made lightly. That would be naive of me to assume so. I hope they're not made lightly, but they're decisions that have major consequences. And yeah, it's a tough. It can be hard. It can be rough. It can be very, very rough. I was laid off in 2016 from a game company, and I really suffered through a bout of depression. That's why I started streaming. This really helped me get through that. But yeah, it happens. And let's see here. There's more stuff going on in the chat. Mixtape Comic. Hey, what's up, Mixtape Comics? By the way, Mixtape Comics, we still want to do that interview with you this Friday. So I want to get together with you. Cartoons and I should talk to you in chat. We want to do a sound test with you because we definitely want to still do that interview this Friday. So we're doing that. Let's see here. Mixtape Comics says, that's why I was afraid to go in animation, but this is it's like this in comics too. So topical today. Having a hard day with scheduling co-creators, editors. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. A lot of creative industries do this. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand. I can understand like the need for money, but I feel like more can be made by growing things, and I don't know. It's like I said, it's decisions that I hope are not made out of malice or not made carelessly, but when you get almost no feedback, or you get nothing back from the people making those decisions, and they don't tell you what's going on, it's hard not to get angry and feel that they're against you or they're out to get you, because they aren't out to get you, but they don't have that they don't have your needs in mind. And yeah, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Let's see here. What else is going on in the chat? Cartoon says they're only looking at numbers. Employee experience and happiness, which is really important part of this industry, can't be tracked on an Excel sheet. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean that's kind of that could be addressed in something bigger, overall, just about society. But yeah, stuff like that can't be tracked. Like, you can't put a number down on the experience that each one of us gained on this show, or the knowledge that everyone on that show could do. It's hard to say that. And so all you are is just a number on an Excel sheet that says employee costs X. If we don't have to pay for employee X anymore, then we save so much Y, then we save so much money, and that's cold and almost inhuman. It's very machine-like thinking, and it's like that stuff is valuable. I mean, it took us a while to get to the point where we were a nice well-oiled machine on that show, being able to produce episodes and getting everything through the way it worked. And there were still bumps on that road in that production process, and it's all just thrown away, which is rough. It's a rough feeling. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm trying to keep my focus on things that I know that we're working on, because those are things I have control over, like this short right now. Um, because like streaming, talking to you guys, those are stuff that I have control over. I have control over or not. I'm going to stream, whether or not we're going to do an interview with Mixtape Comics, whether or not we're going to. These are things I have control over, and so um, that's stuff I want to focus on. But no, Karen, no, Karen's saying sorry. You don't have to keep talking about this. You don't want. No. It's fine. I don't mind. I mean, it's a good thing to talk about. I shouldn't shy away with it because it is sad. No, I don't want to shy away from it because it's sad, but um, it's it is a tough thing. It is rough, and it's frustrating, and yeah, it's one of the really it's one of the really unfortunate downsides of working in this industry. I mean, heck, sometimes I mean not just this industry, but being being a professional artist in general. As Mace Tank Comics pointed out, you know, a lot of stuff like this happens in comics. I'm sure you could talk to people who are writers, people who write books. Um, they're more fine artists. I'm sure just stuff like this happens all the time. A lot of times it's easy to get to feeling um, it's easy to get a notion of feeling helpless and out of control. And um, yeah, what's it's a tough that's a tough problem to solve because it's different for everyone. Um, but I definitely think talking about it is better than not addressing it and not talking about it. So no, I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, it's a huge topic. I mean, it's affecting a lot of people. I mean, our friend Will Terrell. I mean, those were three shows, fully staffed up shows, producing work, and they're gone now. Um, I mean, there was that big Warner Brothers animation photo that was taken that had it was huge. They were so staffed up with people working in animation, animators, writers, artists, board artists, background painters, all these different people, and three shows are cut, and it's rough. Yeah, it's a tough thing, and it's yeah, I mean, I feel like I mean I've been out of work. I mean I've already been out of work for a couple months, so um, you know I kind of had my moment to feel bad, but it's yeah like no like I'm glad we're talking about it. Let's see here, Chaos Tunes. Chaos Tunes says screw Hollywood, let's make our own studio. um, yeah, I mean that's kind of what Cartoons and I are doing. I mean we're that's why we're making this short. We're you know it's like it's taking control of something that we can do. It's taking control of our actions. Well, we're getting unemployed a lot. We keep jumping from job to job. It's very stressful. Well, what can we do about it? Well, let's make this stuff our own. Let's take control of it. That's what we can do. It's going to be hard, but you know, it's something that we have control over this, and it's sometimes I feel like that's control is the thing that everyone is paying lots of money and to kind of hold on to. That seems like the thing that's happening. Um, let's see here. Free67 says chaos is right. It's really that easy to start one. Getting on TV is probably a different story, but that's even a big deal. That's not really a big deal anymore. Most is online. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I think that's I mean that's where a lot of things are going nowadays. I mean, heck, most of the stuff our kids watch is all online. Um, you know, it's that's where the audience is, and these companies know it. But you need to have content. You need to have content. And you need to have people make the content. Everything's changing. A lot of things are changing. I know there's changes happening with YouTube. I mean, I've been thinking about doing stuff on YouTube for a while now, but I mean, there's even stuff happening. There's no easy way around it. It's just like, you know, it's gonna take work, but I know We can do it. We can figure it out. It's just a problem that needs to be figured out. Let's see here. Chaos Tune says, yeah, we can pitch to the streaming folks. That's not a bad idea. Let's see here. Free 67, you hate typing on a phone. Sorry. Streaming can start an audience with YouTube. So many different avenues anymore other than just TV. That's true. There are a lot of options now. And, I mean, heck, I can talk to you guys. I can, reach my audience here thanks to Twitch. I mean, that can change as people as can see what happened a lot of time. I mean, these online platforms, they come and go. YouTube's been around, Twitch is being around. They're doing good right now, but all that stuff can change, because remember, that's stuff that's not out of your control. I can't control whether or not Twitch is going to be around or not anymore. The only thing I have control over is the information that I know, my experiences, and my love of sharing it with you. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I like sharing with you guys, and I like talking with you guys, and it helps me. It helps me digest what is actually going on in my life when things like this happens, when stress like this comes around, and then I hope that I can take the lessons I learn and spread it to you guys, because there's a lot of similarities as far as like people that go through this experience, and we talk about it, we learn from each other, and that's a great thing. Caretoons, yeah, I'm going to lean on my development mentorship now. Yeah, no, let's we should definitely start eating up. Because Karen got involved with this really awesome mentorship that she's going through, and we're actually working on. She's actually working on a pitch for a different idea for a show. We'll talk about it later, but right now we're still developing it. But it's a really cool idea. I think it's a really cute idea, and her goal in this mentorship is I think sometime in February she's gonna pitch it to her mentor, and then it'll be a full-on pitch that we could shop around to some different studios and stuff. So, and we're using all of this information that she's getting from this mentorship, and we're going to apply it to Space Chicks. We're going to apply it to the things we have, to all these ideas, and it just takes us sitting down and coming up with these ideas. Caretoons and I, we have this experience. We know how to make the cartoons. We know how to produce them. We know how to hire people to do it. We know it needs to get done. We have all that figured out. And I've said that and this is why I'm excited, because it's all stuff we know how to do. We just need to do it. And that's hard, but it's not impossible. And it's just it's either we make it ourselves, or we pitch it and we get someone else gives us money to make it, and they get a share of it. And so it's not going to be that easy. It's easy to say that. It's not going to be that easy, but it's exciting, because that's when we were producing the stuff for USC and the stuff I'm doing for my freelance project, it's exciting. When you're in there, I was working all yesterday on getting all this artwork done for my freelance project. I was realizing, like, I'm excited. I got all the cobwebs out of my brain, and I was like back to being excited to working on this project. All the red flags in my head about doubting the client were gone. He's been a great client. He's helping right now put together the music and sound effects, and he's going to get that to me. And, he likes the artwork I've sent him, and I'm back to being excited working on this project. The Space Chicks animatic is coming together, and it's like, all right, it's actually coming together, and I'm excited. It's that excitement and that passion that keeps you working. It comes out in the work. That energy, is evident in the work, and that's the challenge. Is when, because you can't control when you're going to lose your job. You can't control when a project's going to get killed. You can't control that, but you control how you react. you control. You have the power to get excited about something new, and yeah, that's fun. That's exciting, and that's cool. That helps me dust all the depressing cobwebs out of my head, and it helps me keep my head up and keep no worries, keep staying positive. And because I have control of that, that's what I'm doing that for myself. I'm not relying on yeah, it's fun. It builds confidence in yourself, and that confidence is something that's key. And I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. I got up on my soapbox. I did soapboxing there. I got up on my soapbox, and I hope I made sense. I hope that came all through and stuff. So, yeah. Let me. I actually need to. Let me get some work done. I had so much fun talking here, you guys. Chaos Tune says, "Sounds exciting. Salute on the team." Yeah, definitely, man. Like, this is all stuff that we're super excited. And we have our list of people that we know who we want to bring on. We know who we'd want to contact again. We all these different people that we've worked with and stuff. Free 67 says 30 minutes in, not one stroke of the pen. I know. Oh, you guys get me talking. I did so much work yesterday because I didn't have the chat wasn't working. I get so much work done when I'm not talking. I gotta just shut up and get work done. But no, but that's not fun. I like talking. I like saying things. Okay, so I'm gonna have some characters in here, and I'm just gonna kind of let's see here. Let's lock all these layers because I don't want to mess with them, and let's put them on outline, just so I have just so it's easier to see, and then let's see here. Let's get my red, and then I want to have some aliens. Now I'm looking. If I look at my roughs, which I don't have open. I don't know if I had characters blocked in, but let's see here. Yeah, I don't have characters blocked in. This was just a cityscape. Looks like it actually had a farther, it was a farther away shot. So it was more like a scene of the comet smashing into a city. But I like this look a little bit better because I think then we can actually see the terror on in the characters, so I don't know, I'm kind of just gonna sketch out some random generic cartoon aliens. I don't know. Here's an interesting topic, just to kind of get off of the topic of sad jobs. I always feel like in animation there's always a generic alien character that's you ask a cartoonist to draw an alien, and a lot of times it's something that looks like this. You get I think we've all seen this alien. Or this alien. It's I don't know, maybe this is me just being maybe this is me just being curmudgeonly, but I always feel or an alien that has 3 eyes. I don't know, like a generic. They always seem like a generic, very generic alien shapes, and it makes sense because you want to have something that's not human, but it's still got to have the emotions, the emotions. Or yeah, the 50s alien autopsy guy, where it's just the gray, and it actually makes sense. I don't mean to say that to knock it, because it actually makes sense why you see that, because the goal. The problem is that I need to create a character that emotes like a human, because The action is they're terrified. Ah, we're running in fear. And that needs to read on the screen, so it has to have some human characteristics. It has to have something. But it can't also be it needs to also, be alien. It needs to look not human. Like I can't do Star Trek and be like, "Oh, he's an alien." It's just a guy with long ears. I can't do that. It's supposed to be. I want to make something alien, but it also needs to have emotion. So I need to have something humanish, and so I just always find that that's just a something I've found interesting and funny. It's like, oh, you get an alien. Well, this is the alien you're gonna get. It's like the idea of like the animators dance. Um, like an animator's dance is just a simple like rock the character back and forth, and that you can tell that's just a shorthand version of a dance. They're like, okay, in this scene the character dances, and like, okay, well they're gonna do this, and you get like Peanuts dance moves kind of going on. Those are animator dances because they're like, all right, I don't like because it's just a like a no nothing. It's a simple. You just need a simple dance, something rock back and forth to the music, and I don't have time to think of a dance move. So okay, here we get this, so we get like just rocking back and forth, and I guess it works because that's most dances anyways. Oh, anyways. That was me. That was me on a dumb tangent. That was me on a really dumb tangent. All right, so let's get rid of these aliens here, and so yeah, I've got this guy. He's gonna, he's screaming. Let's have maybe. Oh, come on. Let's have a guy who's. Did I not lock these layers? I didn't lock these layers. Okay. We've got this is a classic scene of destruction, like look up in the sky. We're all going to die. In fact, let's have this guy running this way. And then we can have more aliens, running back and forth. So let's make these guys into groups. Let's see here. What's going on in the chat? Cartoons is saying, "It's my fault, everyone. I got on the tangent." Yep. Everyone blame Cartoons. Excuse me. Oh, I feel like there's something going in the air. Let's see here. So let's get these guys, and then what I can do is I can animate. I can throw in some simple animation of those guys like running back and forth. This guy, let's put his hand down here. And then, whoops. So that guy's pointing there, and then we can have just like crowds of, kind of like roaming crowds. Maybe with outstretched hands. With faces in there. So we just got a sea of aliens about to meet their doom. And what I'll do is, now I've got all my drawings broken up, I can add some layers to it. So I'm gonna have my crowd here. So I'm breaking this all up into different layers of animation here. So I've got my scene, and I don't want to just have them. I want to have some action going on. This is supposed to be a scene of chaos. So I've got my rumbling planet. I've got my city rumbling. I've got the pose for my characters. So what I'm gonna have happen is I want this guy to flap his arms up and down. So he's like, ah! This guy's pointing, ah! And shaking. These guys are going to be running back and forth in the background. And this mass of people is just going to be kind of like undulating over itself. Free67 asks, how's the arms again? The arms are like, ah! And ah! And ah! You're welcome. So what I've done is I've got all my drawings blocked out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create, put all these aliens into one symbol, so that I can put as many layers as I want and not have to add more layers to this main stage. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's call this alien crowd. Alright, and I'm going to turn off my camera so that I can still see what's going on in the scene. Alright, so now I've got all my groups here, so I'm just going to head and distribute them to layers. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to make them all hidden. And so, alright, so I want these guys to be on the bottom, because they're going to be behind everything. So let's call this alien group. I should have called the symbol I'm in alien group, but whatever. And I'm just going to make this a symbol that maybe on like sixes. And then let's move the crowds around. So it's like, this is going to be, whoops, just aliens all over the place. And then I think I want to go here. There we go. And then let's actually make this a full crowd of aliens. And this is really simple stuff, because I'm just trying to block everything in. So, for the purpose of this animatic. There we go. So now I think if I play this, it should be like there's a crowd of aliens just rumbling by, and I think that might be, let's add 2 frames. Alright, I think that's working good. So let's put like a color behind them. Like a dark gray, and let's fill this in just to separate them from the background. And like I said before, this is a pretty standard procedure for most, heck, just even storyboards. Like if you're not doing an animatic, still with storyboards, especially digitally. Either if you're working in Storyboard Pro, they actually have a setting that you can hit that'll actually fill in a layer of white behind your drawings, and it makes it really quick. So you can go through and just kind of like turn that on for every layer, and then just go back in and erase things. It makes it really quick and easy. For Adobe Animate, they don't have that, but you can. It's really easy. Just kind of go through and just quickly draw a shape around the perimeter of whatever object it is, and that's usually what I just do. I just kind of go through and squiggle in. You don't have to be perfect most of the time, unless the production really wants you to be like precise. Most of the time you don't. And there we go. So now we've got our sea of aliens, and I think now if I take this, I want to try something, and I think I can add even like if I take this and put it behind it, and then let's put this on like, I don't know, 6, or let's put on 7, or sorry, 9. Let's put this on frame 9, and then we'll darken it a little bit. Now I should have, how many frames is that? 16? It's like I've got a whole bunch of a big alien crowd going through. And alright, so let's go in and take out this. This is too many. That's too many aliens. Alright. Uh-oh. The chat's being quiet. I'm all worried now. Have I lost the chat again? I'm gonna make sure I check in on the chat every once in a while. Because I don't want to lose it. It was working a second ago, but now it got all quiet. So I'm. Oh, there we go. There we go. Someone's chat. No, I just want to make sure. Everyone's probably keeping quiet so I get some work done. Or as Chaos Tune is just telling us that you're working. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so I've got my crowd moving in the background here, and I think I'm gonna change the timing here. I might make it quicker. Let's have more frames. That'll do it. So stop that. Nope, come on. Something's stuck. There we go. Get my stuck keys again, guys. Let's do this. Let's modify. Flip this horizontally. And let's do the same thing here. Let's flip horizontally. And then add one more frame to that. So now, there we go. Oh, that feels much better. That feels like they're moving in a crowd. Much better. Okay. So now that I've got that, let's address these aliens. So we've got running alien 1. And then let's just have him wave his arms. So we'll just put a frame here, and we'll just have his arms waving frantically. You know what? Let's make this like a wipe. That'll look much better. So we'll have like a hand here. Come on. And we'll do like multiple images of his hands. So he's like really waving his hands back and forth really fast. And then we'll copy this over here, and we'll just redraw everything with our onion skin on. And then I will let's change the color of the lines just so that he'll stand out a little bit more. Let's make him blue, and then we'll put white behind him. Let's see here. How are your clients, Chaos Tune, how are your clients coming along? When you get a chance. Alright, so there we go there. And just sort of fill that in. process. Let's process. All right, so there. You know what? Don't like that blue. Let's make it. Let's go back to red. Or you know what? Let's make it black. Black will work. So same thing. Make this black. Make it a group. Put white behind him. And I might just use the same symbol for the guy going the other way, because I'm not. Why remake the wheel? And let's. There we go. Now I've got a running alien. So let's put a classic tween on him, and let's say I need to have multiples of 16 to keep this, to make this easy. So let's have him start over here, and maybe by frame 16. No, let's make it 32. By 32, he's over here. How does that look like? That's too fast. That's too fast to see. So let's make another. What's another multiple of 16 after 32? Showing that I'm bad at math. 32, 16, 32. It was 48. So let's go to 48. I just helped my son with a bunch of math. You'd think I'd be better at doing. You know what? It's 367. You're right. I should take it all the way to 64 because I would be doubling it. Let's take it to 64. All right. You know what? Let's give this guy a bit of a step. So I'm gonna move him up and down so it looks like he's running. And then he's going to turn around and run the other way. Okay, so let's then have him. Excuse me. Let's flip him. Modify. Flip horizontal. There we go. So now we've got these two guys running back and forth throughout our scene. And we can take this guy out. He's not needed. Let's see here. Chaos Tune. With this client, I'm taking their existing series of boring videos and animating them. Right now, they're trying to Dropbox them over to me, but they have the basic Dropbox plan. So they have to upload them one at a time for me to download locally. Oh, jeez. Well, at least they're not too big. Looks like you're saying they're 1 gigabyte piece. Okay, so that's not too bad. Yeah, if they're at their storage limit, I've had this problem because my Dropbox storage limit is pretty full, so I have to usually go through and delete a bunch, and do all that. But it sounds like it's not too much of a problem. Sounds like a minor inconvenience, but good luck with that, man. Hope that project goes well. There we go. So now we've got our crowd of aliens. We've got our 2 running aliens. And so then let's do these guys in the foreground. And let's go ahead and make them green, cuz I want some good green aliens here. And then this guy we're going to make screaming alien 1. So this guy is, and we're gonna do this. I don't want it to make it too. I don't want to give myself too much work on this. So, I want to have him waving his arms like screaming. So, let's do a frame here. Let's break that down. And I think his hand should be like doing like a what like inflatable tube man like Like arms. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll copy this over, and then I didn't draw object drawing mode on. Dang it. That's all right. And then we'll do the same thing here, and how does that look? That looks terrible. All right, let's do this. that looked awful. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this easily. You know what? I wanted to do a wacky inflatable arm waving tube man, but I don't know. That might be too. I think I'm just gonna do. Well, you know what? I can make it work. I actually just have to put some work into it. So let's do that. Let's put some work into it because I like the. I think that'll be fun as I reenact the arms again for everyone's enjoyment, for everyone's amusement. Let's see here. Kind of like Pleaky from Lilo and Stitch. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. All right. Let's see here. We're basically destroying Pleaky's planet. So let's see here. It's going to wave like this. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate the wave of the hands. I'm going to make the hands themselves groups. And then as I follow the path, and then I'll wave them back and forth and follow and do that. None of that made any sense. That was a big word jumble sentence, but it makes sense in my brain. It makes sense in my brain on what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have my two keyframes here. So let's turn on my onion scan. And let's have, oops. And then we're going to have, so it's going to go boom. It's going to do something like this, so we're going to, something like that. And then, well, how does that look? Almost. All right, let's put a breakdown. Let's see if this works. And then it's going to go. So that one's coming up, so we're going to have. You know what? I can do this. You know what? I'm going to do this the smart way. Because I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm not doing this very smart. So we're going to do this the smart way. Here's the smart way. I'm going to take my hands, and I'm going to make them into a symbol. So we're going to call this hand Wacky Arm 1. And what I'm going to do is inside of it, I'm going to create a line. That's the line of his arm. And I'm going to create a ball. And I'm going to have that ball go up and down on the arm. Let's make it red. So let's classic tween. Let's go out to like 5 frames. Let's go straight up that line, and I need to make the line, well, right there. And on the way, the ball is going to move back and forth. All right, so there's our wave motion. And now I'm just going to follow that ball as it goes up. I think I'm doing this right. This is gonna look so bad. I'm completely. I don't know if I'm doing this right. That's all right. This is how this is how I learn things. I gotta figure this out on my own. I can't. I don't. I could totally just look this up in a book, but I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I don't know. It's still not looking right. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to do some more research on this. You know what? I'm gonna worry about it later when I animate it. I'm just gonna. I'm already spending too much time on this. It's hurting my head. So you know what? I'll come back to this when I do the animation. In the meantime, let's just make it easy on ourselves. I hate to do that, but it was taking too long. It was just taking too much. I'll come back to it when I animate it. Let's just worry about it later. It was hurting my head. We'll fix it in post. And sometimes you just have to do that. You just have to kind of like say, you know what? I'll come back to this. I'll figure it out later because I want to move on and I'm taking too much time on this little thing. So that'll work. That'll work for right now. Let's do that. Let's put some white behind him. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. And then let's do the same here. Because I want to get this finished. I'm working too hard on this. There we go. I want to do the inflatable tube man arms, but I gotta do some research on what that movement's gonna look like. You know what? Maybe I'll do that in my next stream. And figure out how that's gonna look, because I want to make it look right, but I was just not getting it, and I think I want to come back and take a look at it fresh. And so you know what? I think I'll work on that. That'll be my next stream. I'll work on that. I'll figure out that motion in the next one. So yeah, this guy's here, and oh, I know let's do this with shoot, it's a group. Why is it a group? Screaming. Wait a minute. Alright, scream alien body. There we go. He's gonna be... What? Now, why did that happen? Why do I have no mouth? It's there. What? Oh. Forgot to turn on object drawing mode. Stupid. There we go. There we go. Now he's screaming. Alright. And also, these guys... This guy... Let's do... Screaming... Alien 2. Almost done here. Almost done. Putting some white behind him. There we go. Come on. What am I missing here? Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Chaos Tune says we'll fix it in post. Free 67, the intern will fix it. Cartoon says it's looking great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll figure out how that animation is gonna go. Holy cow! What's going on, Baron Hill? Oh my goodness! Long time no see. What is going on, man? Cool stuff, big guy. Hey, it's the Baron. What's going on? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen... Baron is an old friend from high school. I haven't seen him in forever. What is going on? Man, how are things going? Oh, you should hit me up on Facebook or something like that. We should talk or something. Let's see here. Hadn't seen the big fella on Twitch for some time. That's right. I haven't been on Twitch for a whole year, and I'm back. Or was it 2 years? No, it was a whole year. It was a whole year because I was streaming in 2017, and then when I got hired at Warner Brothers, I stopped streaming. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back streaming, giving out all the good information, having fun talking about animation and stuff like that. So thank you for creeping in my account, man. You big creep. All right, so this is going to be pretty much the same. So let's just paste that. I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. So now we've got screaming aliens all over the place. And now, since all this is in a symbol, we can make it rumble. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's do... Yeah, let's just make this symbol alien group rumble. So now we take it out. How many frames are we doing here? We talking about? This whole thing is... How many frames? 64. So then we want to make it rumble. So I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to keep copying it. Until I have all my 64 frames accounted for. And then I'm just going to synchronize the symbols. There we go. So now I've got my final scene with an asteroid. And there we go. We have our scene of disaster. Chaos Tune, Bill Drassel Season 2. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Bill Drassel Season 2 is here. I still have all those Season 1 videos. I should put them up on YouTube or something like that. I should just throw them up there and just be like, here's Season 1. I should do that because right now they're sitting and hold up a ton of space on my hard drive, and it's probably killing my computer. So I'll figure out what to do with them. If you guys really want them, if you guys wanted me to throw up all my old videos from Season 1 from previous year, let me know right now. Whoever sends the most bits. No kidding. I should I should just throw them up on YouTube as free storage because they're not as there's just a lot of good information in there, and so I think I should do that. So that's probably going to be my next mission after I get some freelance done. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming today, guys. I am all done streaming right now. Thank you guys for coming in here. Again, check out my YouTube channel. That's got all my previous videos on it. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, and if you have any topics you want me to talk about, any questions about working in animation, what it's like being a professional, if you have work that you want to send me, follow me on Instagram. You can direct message me there or leave them down in the comments. Holy cow, I got a whole bunch of bits from Baron Hill. You're the best, Baron. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Holy cow, 1,250 bits. Man, you were the best. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys are watching this on my YouTube account, leave me something in the comments. Any questions, any feedback, anything. I should be streaming again tomorrow, every day at 11 a.m. until something happens. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.